Hello, scholars, and welcome to week one of CJS485, Methods of Research in Criminal Justice. This will be the first video in a series of 8 videos, one each week, where the intent is to arm you with the information necessary to be successful each week. We'll go over the deliverables and your assignments each week and prepare you for the critical assignment. So let's jump right into week one. Here in week one, we're going to have the introduction to research in criminal justice. This is going to be the main focus. We're going to be working out of chapter 1 and chapter 2 out of our textbook. We also have a journal entry, a discussion board, and a quiz. All of these are due on day 7. Day 7 is Sunday. We work on a Monday through Sunday calendar in this class, so all of our assignments, all of our weekly assignments, are due by Sunday at midnight. As you can see in our discussion board, there's 2 due dates, one on day 3 and one on day 7. Remember, our discussion boards replace the dialogue that we would have if we were an in-person class. So what I ask you to do is to submit your first response to the discussion board early in the week, which will then allow you and all your colleagues in this class ample time to read, research, and then come back with your replies. We don't want to wait till the very last minute on our discussion board because that wouldn't be fair to our colleagues. They wouldn't have the opportunity to read your information and reply to it. So let's dive into our modules, or here is our module level objectives. You can review those, and what this entails is this is what we expect you to have an understanding of by the end of this week. Our reading assignment is going to be Chapter 1, which is Crime, Criminal Justice, and the Scientific Inquiry, and Chapter 2, Foundations of Criminal Justice Research. For each one of the reading assignments, I have provided the PowerPoints that are associated with those. I always recommend the students review the PowerPoints and then do the readings. If you see items or topics that are duplicated in both the PowerPoint and in the reading, those are probably the core portions of this course that you should focus on and absorb. So now let's go into our deliverables. Our first deliverable is a journal, week 1 journal. Now, to start with, a journal is a conversation between you and myself. So it replaces a conversation that we would have in the classroom, and it should be wrote in such a fashion. With some of our writings, they will be very formal and adhere to APA standards with references. This is not that type of activity. This is much more of a casual conversation where I'm going to ask you to answer a series of questions. Now, these come out of our text, and towards the end of each chapter, there's a section that's called Putting It All Together. There's one of those in Chapter 1 and one of those in Chapter 2. And from that Putting It All Together section, I ask you to briefly reflect and talk about 3 of these 6 questions. So you can choose any 3 of these questions that you feel that you're passionate about, that you have a good explanation of. So the first one is, how does the information presented impact and or influence your understanding and beliefs about this issue based on prior knowledge and what you have read? The second, are your beliefs based on empirical data, traditional knowledge, media reports, or personal experience? 3, how significant of an issue do you believe this is in society today? 4, how do you feel about the idea of police discretion? Is it a good or bad policy? Is it ethical or not? 5, should interactions be highly regulated or up for negotiations as Anderson? What are the consequences of removing discretion from the police officers, and how might they impact minority communities? So once again, answer 3 of these. I expect at least a paragraph-ish per response, and wrote at an academic level. Our next is our discussion board, and in our discussion board, the question that we have from our discussion board is, identify your research topic and write a thorough paragraph that explains the issue you would like to investigate and its research significance, and a problem statement. Review posts from other classmates and respond to a minimum of 2 classmates with feedback about their proposed topics and their problem statement. There's a grading criteria about where this. Now, I ask that you take a little bit of time and think through this. So what we're asking in this course is that we are going to identify a research topic, something that you believe warrants additional academic research. From this topic, we are then going to build our entire course on this topic. If you haven't already viewed the prospectus video in learning activities, I suggest that you do so, and you'll get an understanding of how this all works, how this is going to be a building blocks. We're going to start with our research topic. We're eventually going to create a research question, and we are going to then go into a literature review and ultimately write our critical assignment, which is a 3-chapter research prospectus. So I would start with, when you're thinking of a research topic, I would use something that you're familiar with, maybe something that works already within your work or industry, that you have some sort of knowledge on, you have some sort of passion about, that you have some sort of working knowledge that we can use, understand, and build upon. And then with all of our discussion boards, we expect a first post by day 3, and then you're going to follow up with 2 of your classmates, and with a minimum of 2. If you will look in the syllabus, there is word count minimums. Word counts are included in these to ensure that we have academic level writing. And when it comes to responding to your classmates, I want you to add to the academic conversation and not just agree. I don't want to hear, I agree, well done, good point. I want you to take whatever their topic was and add to the conversation. Remember, discussion boards replace the concept as if we were all in the classroom together having a conversation. And then finally, we have our quiz, and the quiz covers the concepts in chapters 1 and 2. You have 2 attempts to complete the quiz, and you will receive the highest grade between those 2. So that is chapter 1 this week. Like I said, you'll have a video very similar to this at the beginning of each week. I look forward to our time in this class together. Remember, the key to being successful in this class is to communicate. If you have any concerns or questions, the only way I will know about that is if you reach out to me. Please reach out to me frequent and often if need be. If I'm not hearing from you, I have the assumption that everything is going well and you're navigating through this course with no issues. So I look forward to our next 8 weeks together. I'm excited to see how all of us will evolve and create these prospectuses based upon our research topic. So bye for now. I look forward to our time together, and I look forward to reading all of your research topics next week.